Welcome back to Two Truths and Trump Lies, where we cut through Trump's chaos so you can stay informed and stay in the fight. We are joined today by V from Under the Desk News. We are here to uncover Trump's lies and to tell you the truth.
How's it going, Senator?
How are you?
Good, good.
So I want to talk about the lie of the week. Trump said the ballroom wouldn't cost the American people a dime. Now, Senate Republicans want to spend $1 billion on this ballroom.
It's just insane. I mean, this man ran on the idea that he was going to get rid of waste, fraud, and abuse, and then has brought more waste, fraud, and abuse into our system than anyone before. This is the most corrupt president in American history. And now trying to saddle the American public with $1 billion for a ballroom that most of us will never even get to visit. It's egregious.
It is egregious, and it's a waste of money. And when I'm talking to New Yorkers, they're still very anxious. The gas price keeps going up. They're anxious about, the North Country still heating their homes. Diesel prices have gone up. So every time a truck driver has to drive something anywhere, it's going to result in a higher cost to us. And so they're really angry. They're pissed that Trump is spending $1 billion on a ballroom that nobody needs. They're pissed that he promised to get costs down, has done nothing to get costs down. And then on top of that, they're really angry that he's spending $1 billion a day on bombs in a war in Iran that hasn't been authorized and nobody wants and doesn't make us safer. So I just think his reckless spending, the priorities that he's making, it's all about himself. It's all about grift and gold and not about helping the American people afford things. So we have a truth.
We're doing teachings. I used to be in culinary world, and now we're teaching folks with the price of beef being as high as it is, how you can incorporate lentils to try and stretch your beef. I'm like, what is this, the second Great Depression? Like, it's just so unfair.
That's not great. And that's very upsetting to parents, particularly moms who are trying to feed their kids. Lentils are super healthy, but we want to make sure that we can put other proteins in our diet too. And if you tell a New Yorker they're never going to get beef again, those are fighting words. Okay, so I have a truth. Gas prices are through the roof. New Yorkers are paying $4.50 a gallon, which is more than a 50% increase since Trump started his war in Iran. What do you think about that?
I think it's definitely true because I see it all the time. My wife was just joking me the other day, and she was like, did you go on like some big drive? Why is our gas bill like double what it normally is? And I'm like, no, it's just you get done filling up and it says $63 on the thing instead of $40 like it used to just a couple weeks ago. And folks can't even like just go out and get a fresh air drive, or they're trying to consolidate their chores and stuff they need to do. A lot of parents are saying, hey, I can't afford to drive you to and from all these travel baseball games up here and stuff. It's just, and it's for no reason. Nobody wants this war in Iran. Nobody understands why we're there and what we're doing.
No, and they don't want it because it doesn't make us safer. We would understand, this is a nation in our state. We support our troops. We support the men and women who put themselves in harm's way. We support our national security 100%. But what we don't support is a foreign war that has no national security benefit to us, and we were not at any risk. There was no evidence that we were about to be attacked, didn't exist, and President Trump is in this foreign war. It could be a forever war. We have no clue. He doesn't have a set list of aims. He doesn't have a goal. He's chaotic. I don't understand his decision making. And the downside for us is we are paying for it at the pump at a minimum, and then paying for it everywhere else because those diesel prices with shipping, all the costs that go into every piece of equipment that every restaurant needs, literally anything in your life is more expensive. Like shipping costs are going to be higher. So if you buy anything at Walmart, it's going to cost more. Everything is going up. It's unnerving. It's truly unnerving because people can't balance their budgets. They can't decide like, what do I have to cut today because I won't be able to afford something I really need tomorrow.
Right. Yeah, and as far as our service members, I mean, so many of them have families back here, and they're out there trying to, cover whatever mission objectives are being put in front of them. Meanwhile, worrying, is their spouse or their kids going to be okay at home? Are they going to have enough food for groceries? Are they going to have enough gas to go where they need to go? How are things going with the on-base schools and education systems? Like, we're not creating a system that supports veterans and supports active duty service members if we're making it more expensive and more difficult for their families to access education, health care, and basic food.
Yeah, he we have a lot of facilities around New York that does a lot of support for the warfighter. And in fact, Trump just cut all their bargaining rights. They were bargaining for good pay and for good benefits and to make sure that these great engineers and incredible workers and incredible innovators were paid properly. And he just canceled it for no reason at one of our facilities in New York, so at DFS, so DFAS. And so it's disturbing that he doesn't care about workers, he doesn't care about costs. Did you hear what he said to TV cameras? He just said that, I don't care if the price of things go up. That's not part of my calculation. I don't care about that. I was like, wow, that's some out of touch stuff. That's really not presidential. You expect your president to actually care about the people he's supposed to be representing and protecting.
Yeah, it's not even neighborly to say, I don't think about the struggles of the people around me, let alone the country that I claim to lead, for the people who elected me, to say, I don't think about the struggles of the average American person. It doesn't cross my mind.
Yeah,
like, come on, man.
It's ugly. Okay, truth two. Gas prices won't be back to normal anytime soon. Trump's own energy secretary said gas may not drop below $3 a gallon until 2027.
Wow. I mean, these are Trump's buddies, though, the oil executives, right? You think they're going to bring down the cost of oil to help anybody? No, they're doing fine. They're extorting Venezuela. We're spending billions of dollars to try and build Venezuela's infrastructure so his buddies in the gas department can rake in money from that. Meanwhile, again, like I'm saying, we're making choices about, can we go on summer vacation? How far are we going to go?
It's not good. All right,
No.
last issue for us to talk about. Buffalo Bills and your favorite quarterback, Josh Allen?
We do love Josh Allen. Girl dad now, finally. The baby is here. It's so exciting. He seems very happy. Haley seems super happy. Something I love about Josh Allen is he always says, be good, do good, go Bills. But it's also negotiations time right now. And so a lot of the team that we've been putting together to hopefully, maybe this is our year for the Super Bowl, Josh Allen took a lesser salary so that there was more to go around. And I think that's just such incredible leadership to say, he said, what is another $5 million going to do for me? If it helps out the team, I'll take a lesser salary so we have a little more to go around. And I think that's the kind of guy we're looking for. Maybe Josh Allen for president. You think he'd run?
Not a bad idea. You could do worse. You could do worse.
He'd be good.
You really could do worse. Okay. Pope Leo has called for peace. What do you think about this fight between President Trump and Pope Leo?
I think Leo's going to win. Pope Chicago? I mean, come on.
That's right.
He's out here calling for common sense and peace, and they're criticizing him, saying he's weak on crime. He's the Pope. Trump's saying he interprets the Bible better than the Pope. He didn't even know which way was up when he was taking the picture with it. I'm really enjoying the Catholic resurgence and folks reminding themselves what the church is supposed to be about and what being Catholic is supposed to be about. And again, is that good neighbors, peace-driven, community-driven. And I think that Leo's really bringing us back to that, and I'm really happy with it.
Well, love your neighbor as yourself. Do unto others as you want them to do unto you.
Peace
Blessed
be with
are
you
the
and also with
peacemakers.
you.
Yeah, exactly. These are all good things we should be reminded people of. There was a really interesting reporting on in the New York Times on the Daily about the resurgence of faith, which I thought was interesting, especially in the era of Trump. And more people being able to talk about their faith. I just wrote a book. It won't be out till next year, but it's on 8 women of the Bible and what leadership lessons you can learn, wisdom and resilience and decision making. So it's exciting. I've been focused on that.
Cool. I'll be interested to see that. And I think we need to see that, right? Women leading from the Bible and from all different places throughout all of humanity, the idea of matriarchy and what women's work is valued as. So that'll be really cool. We have our little sister Mary Alice back here.
Hello, Sister Mary Alice.
We have all these things that people send me. And most recently, they've been sending me Catholic stuff, or we've been finding it around. And Ryder Strong was on the show the other day, and he was like, it's getting to be an altar.
Wow, look.
We need to maybe dial it back and not have it all right behind us. Maybe we could put some of it out in the front.
The good
but
news
I think
is
folks are getting in touch with their grandparents and things they grew up seeing and finding peace in that.
Well, you can't see much of it unless you move. So really, I can see the, yeah, now I can see everything well. But
This was a winner. This is John Paul praying to Mary, which we thought was kind of interesting because it has like an American eagle. I was like, is this Catholic nationalism or not? We're going to explore it. We'll see.
that's interesting. That's an interesting piece. And then show me the other pieces. What is the?
So we have, because the MAGA likes to say that we're all sheep. And so they were like, well, Jesus is with the sheep. Isn't Jesus with the lamb? Isn't that good for us? I mean, what's wrong with being a lamb? And then we found this nun at an estate sale out here in Rochester. And I was like, she can't just be brought to the dump if it doesn't sell. We have to take her home with us.
Yeah, I think that was
so
a
my
good
wife was like, yeah,
acquisition.
that lives at your office. We're not having any kind of nun dolls in the house.
Well, I love talking to you, V. It's an honor, privilege, and joy. I appreciate you be part of this segment. And any parting words to our audience?
Yeah, you can check out Under the Desk News every day. We go live trying to bring you the news in a kind way from a gentle place and help you stay involved. And of course, stay in touch with our senator here in New York, who's been so helpful. So thank you for having me.
Thank you, guys. Take care.